What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another exciting Art of War review. We are here with my favorite of the 3 new detachments we are getting with the latest balanced data slate. It's the Subterranean Assault.
I wonder what this one is.
It's Tyranids. It's Tyranid time. I'm so happy.
I know. You love your Tyranids, and I'm happy for you. And I'm happy that the little snake friend Tyranids are finally getting the love and attention they deserve.
Absolutely. I am so excited for this new detachment. I think it's tons of fun and is going to provide a really great new way to play Tyranids, something I think that this army really needed. So, if you want more of this content, if you like this content, make sure that you like the content as well. Leave a comment, subscribe, do all the fun YouTube things, because subscribing to the channel is going to get you notified every time we go up with a video. And I got to tell you, when there's a new balanced data slate like there was today, we put out a lot of videos. There's other detachments to watch, and maybe even a game with some Chaos Space Marines later today.
That's right. We got a balanced data slate review, a Minotaur and Field Manual review, a whole battle report, and then that's just the tip of the iceberg. If you want more content, you can check out the War Room. There's a link in the description, thewarroom.vhx.tv. That'll get you a free trial of the War Room, where we have battle reports going out at the wazoo, and every single faction in the game is getting a state of the faction video, breaking down all these changes, how the meta is going, and where your army stacks up against the rest.
Absolutely. There's a lot to look at right now. But let's actually dive into this these snaky boys.
Let's do it, John.
The Army Painter is my favorite hobby company in the entire world. My desk is literally full of Army Painter products, and it takes me from being an average painter to putting above tabletop standard models out into the tournament scene. Not only that, but the Army Painter has sponsored more competitive play than any other hobby company in the industry. They allow us to keep doing the things that we do. If you enjoy the Army Painter as much as I do, head over to thearmypainter.com, where you can use the discount code ARTOFWAR5 to get a discount on your next order.
All right, so this is the Subterranean Assault. I'm going to start with the bottom of the rule, not the top, because I think it's relevant. Moloch and Trigon units from your army have the Burrower keyword.
Okay.
All right, now let's go to the top of the rule. 2 things here. This is Surprise Assault. Each time a Tyranid model from your army makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1.
That's just any Tyranid.
That's just a Tyranid.
Rerolling ones for Tyranids
This is like the second source of rerolls in the army, so this is good.
This is good.
Yeah, because you can shoot people with an Exit Screen, which doesn't work for combat, and now you get this.
Yeah.
I like this. I like rerolls.
That's a great place to start. There is more, but
there is more, but that's a good place to start. Oh, there does, and we're getting it. Each time a Burrower unit from your army is set up on the battlefield from reserves, place a tunnel marker anywhere on the battlefield within 1 inch of that unit, and more than 3 inches horizontally away from all enemy units.
What is a tunnel marker?
You know, funny enough, I have no idea how big these are supposed to be.
Oh.
I'm going to use like gene circle blips, but I don't know if this is supposed to be like the size of an objective marker, a dinner plate, a personal pizza. Like,
I think it's a crater. You know, imagine
Yeah.
a Trigon pops out of the ground.
That's definitely what it is.
Yeah.
But in the reinforcement step of your movement phase, when you set up a unit on the battlefield from reserves, you can set that unit up wholly within 9 inches of one of your tunnel markers, and more than 6 inches horizontally away from any enemy units.
Ooh.
If an enemy model excluding aircraft ends a move within 3 inches of a tunnel marker, that tunnel marker is removed from the battlefield.
Okay, so it's like a cheeky way that you can 6-inch deep strike, but it is quite restrictive and kind of easy to kill.
Yeah, but you can charge.
Yeah, that part's really
That part's nice. And here's what I really like. You can use it the instant it's set up. You don't have to wait.
Okay, so you can bring in like a Moloch, do a thing, and then set up a burrow marker, and then bring in your Trigon and charge somebody.
Immediately.
Yeah, that is really good.
Immediately. So Molochs and Trigons have the Burrower keyword to set this up. And then one more rule here. In the muster army step, you can select up to 2 Trigon models from your army, and they gain the character keyword, which, yes, does let you take enhancements and be the warlord.
That's so cool.
Trigon Primes, baby.
Trigon Primes, they're back, the character Trigons.
I never understood why they gave us a Trigon Prime option and took it away when the pieces are still in the kit. Give us the datasheet back, GW. But until then, I'm happy with this because there's an enhancement called Trigon Prime that makes me happy. So Molochs and Trigons are the units that do this. I'm going to put a quick caveat in right now. Those are the units that gain the Burrower keyword.
Yeah.
When you read the fluff burb for this detachment, it says Molochs, Raveners, and Trigons. But the rule does not give the keyword to Raveners. It has to be said, GW has previewed a new Ravener kill team set. These things usually come out with a data sheet. I'm kind of guessing that's gonna have the burrower keyword, but we don't actually know that.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna cross our fingers and hope that the fluff blurb lets Raveners do this too, and we'll see what the future brings.
Yeah, or maybe in the interim too, they might FAQ it to just include Raveners here as well. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll just kind of see. We'll play it by ear, but there's some good enhancements here too.
Yeah.
Synaptic Strategy is the first enhancement. Tyranid model only, and once per battle, you can target the bearer's unit with a rapid ingress for 0 CP, even if you have already done it to a different unit with the stratagem in this phase.
Let me guess, John. You're going to double rapid ingress of Trigons on me?
You might actually do that. So when you rapid ingress, you do get to set up a tunnel marker.
Yeah.
Now you can only use them in the movement phase.
Right.
So you can't rapid ingress them in. But you could rapid ingress to place the marker, and then in your next turn, the marker's there for you to use.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And also, just double rapid on its own, not even related to the markers, is a very good rule.
I love rapid ingress. I love 2 rapid ingresses. It makes it very difficult to like plan around what this army is going to do. Something that appeals to me great.
Yeah, being a very reactive force is just very powerful.
So happy right now. Next up is Tremor Senses. Tyranid model only. After both players have deployed their army, select up to 3 friendly Tyranid units and redeploy them. You can put them in strategic reserves when you do so, regardless of how much is there. You know what? Enhancement to put things in reserve, mustering in the fact that, this is a reserve-based army. I like that. More things in reserves.
Redeploy is just flat out good.
Yeah. And I like that you can use as many units through these tunnel markers as possible. So if you just want to get more stuff in reserves, you can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
And you can do stuff also because you have a lot of infiltrators in Tyranids. You can infiltrate aggressively to buy space for yourself and then just like put them best somewhere safe also.
Yeah. Next up is a Vanguard Intellect, and 1 Tyranid model with Deep Strike can be set up in the reinforcement step of turns 1, 2, or 3 using the Deep Strike ability.
Also pretty cool.
Can't rapid ingress turn 1 because it's your movement phase, but that is totally fine. Because this is just good. Just
good rule.
Take a Trigon, Deep Striker, turn 1.
Coming in turn 1, getting access to a part of the board that you can't naturally move to on the first turn that your opponent doesn't respond to well, really strong.
Yeah. Finally, we have my favorite one. Trigon Prime. He's back, baby. Trigon model only. The bearer gains the Synapse keyword. That's nice. And improve the strength and weapon skill of melee weapons equipped by the bearer by 1.
That's great, because that stacks with your Synapse increase on strength too.
Oh, it does.
Oh boy.
Blessed day. So
That makes Trigon strength 11?
yeah.
Oh, that's such a good break point.
I know. And it makes him hit on 2s or rolling 1s.
Oh, that like changes the game for this Trigon.
It's such a better Trigon.
He goes from not killing a tank to this tank is dead.
Yeah, no. That with the Synapse, because now he's Synapse, he's getting his own +1 strength. It's essentially +2 strength because you don't have to get a Synapse creature near him. So good.
So good.
Oh, I'm going to take this every time.
Oh, I'm
Cannot pry the Trigon Prime out of me. I'm so happy.
Do you have a painted Trigon Prime?
I have 1 Trigon. I actually, I got rid of some of my old ones because they were not painted to the standard. So we got a good excuse to paint some more snakes here.
Hey.
What I'm saying.
Ain't nothing wrong with more painting.
More snakes. All right, now we've got 6 stratagems here as well. First up is Adaptive Optimization. Sounds like an AdVec stratagem. In your command phase, you pick 1 Moloch or Trigon unit from your army, and it gains the Synapse keyword. This is honestly fine.
Yeah.
I don't-
Good pocket strats to be like +1 strength when it matters.
Yeah, like I definitely might do this at some point. I would be surprised, but it's possible. When I'm out of Synapse creatures, I'll be grateful. Next is Replenishing Swarms. In your movement phase, you pick 1 Tyranid wholly within 9 inches of 1 or more tunnel markers, and that 1 model in your unit regains up to D3+1 lost wounds, or you can return D3+1 destroyed models with a wounds characteristic of 1 to your unit instead. So you can either heal or resurrect. This sounds familiar. It sounds like a CSM strat.
It's very similar. It's notably limits you to 1 wound model. So this is like gaunts and gargoyles and things of that nature.
Yeah. I like that though. I mean,
It's a good strat.
You know how it is with Tyranids. It's a little difficult for some armies to kill 10 Hormagaunts in 1 activation. If you pull out line of sight, then you resurrect back. That's pretty good. I also love the ability to just quick D3+1 wounds back on something. There's going to be monsters going around here. You can get them above the battle shock line, or it could just be a Norn that you want to be as tough as possible. Because you know what? I would love to just like teleport a Norn to my opponent.
Oh yeah, I mean when I heal my Great Unclean One in Demons, it makes people so sad. It's kind of similar with a Norn.
Oh, I bet.
One thing to note with that stratagem though, it's only done in your movement phase. You can't actually use this to flip primary.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, good call. Next up is Enfilading Emergence. At the end of your movement phase, pick one Tyranid that was set up as reinforcements this turn. Until the end of your next fight phase, weapons equipped by models in your unit have the sustained hits 1 and ignores cover. So that's for both shooting and fight phase.
That is really strong.
That's really strong.
Can you actually put this on a good unit that comes out of reinforcements?
I think that the best thing you can do with this is a Zoanthrope squad.
Ooh, that does
So
good.
Zoanthropes are +6 skill 3, but if a Neuro Tyrant leads them, they're +1 to hit. And if they're in this detachment, they reroll 1s.
Right.
So it's 6 Zoanthrope lances that are inherently lethal, and that's just sus, lethal, ignore cover, zap.
Something dies.
Something dies.
Something dies.
Or you make the blast version sustained to ignore cover. Also very good.
Very good in
So
infantry.
one very good shooting activation. I think this is the best single shot activation you're going to get, though.
Even putting this on an Exit Room with reroll ones to hit isn't bad, though.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I think you're getting definitely the most volume out of that, but out of the Zoanthropes. But several units you could use this on, not feel bad at all. All right, 3 more stratagems to go. We're getting into the fun ones. Tunnel Network. At the end of your movement phase, pick one Tyranid unit from your army that is wholly within 9 inches of one or more of your tunnel markers. Remove it from the battlefield, set it up again wholly within 9 inches of another tunnel marker and more than 6 inches from enemy units.
Okay, I feel like this strat is trying really hard to be cool, and I can't really see a good use for this.
Okay, there's a tunnel marker near your home objective. There's a tunnel marker close to your opponent. So in one, out the other.
That's pretty cool.
Also, there's no limit about being in a combat.
Oh, and also you get to set up tunnel markers as you show up. So like in your own movement phase, you
It's
create a
is
tunnel
happening like
marker,
immediately, yeah.
and then you take your Steelers or whatever that were in your home field,
Zing.
and then put them over there. And then this is so much better than I initially thought.
Yeah, no, this is really good.
This is crazy.
The one thing that I think is going to work against it is that you have to place it in another tunnel marker. So it has to be a separate one. I actually kind of wish you could go in and out of the same hole because it would just be like teleporting from the back of 9 inches to the front of 9 inches. But because this is done at the end of your movement phase, you could theoretically deep strike one snake by your Gene Stealers, deep strike a snake in front of your opponent, and then in out.
I'm really starting to see the value of the going back and reserve stuff because I feel like you can create more and more tunnel markers as the game goes on, and that only increases the value of the tunnel network.
Absolutely. The next rule here is a swarming assault. One command point in your charge phase, pick a Tyranid monster that was set up as a reinforcement this turn. It becomes a 6-inch aura of reroll charge rolls.
Woo! That's nice. Out of reserve charges,
Yeah.
some rerolls.
You know what? 6-inch charges are good. They are not infallible. And so having just reroll charges on like 4 of them, you're going to pass a lot of those.
Yeah. It kind of lets you declare a lot of okay charges and get away with it.
Yeah, great stratagem. Really works well with the detachment here. Finally, we have Retreat Below as the last stratagem here. At the end of your opponent's fight phase, pick one Tyranid unit or up to 2 Burrower units that are not within engagement range, and they immediately go into strategic reserves.
This is super good. I mean, going up and down is generically a very good thing, but not only does it synergize with your army rule, letting you get 2 different Snake Burrower units, but you also can just do any Tyranid unit, those Zoanthropes that John had mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I'm loving up and down.
Teleport them around. And you know what? Going into reserves, you can still arrive just like a normal outflank. If your opponent's like starting to whack-a-mole your tunnel markers, it could merely be teleport your hit on 2 reroll ones, sustained, ignore cover, Zoanthrope unit. Like, it doesn't have to use a tunnel marker.
This detachment's actually really good.
Yeah, I think it's really good. There's a lot of movement tricks. Final thoughts here is that my one concern today is with how many tunnel markers you can actually get.
Right.
I worry a little bit that you're going to struggle to get enough tunnel markers because if I just take 3 Trigons, 3 Molochs, I'm not actually happy about that.
Yeah.
I don't want 3 Molochs, 3 Trigons.
Yeah, that's a lot of things. It's cool. But,
cool.
You know, that
Now-
maybe it's a little too top heavy.
The Ravner datasheet, right now, its rule is that it can go up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you get a lot of tunnel markers, but they don't have the keyword.
Right.
So we'll kind of see. Maybe they're going to add it on. Like, I really feel like Ravners was supposed to have this. I mean,
Those-
Molochs, Ravners, and Trigons burst from the ground to emerge in the midst of cluster defenders.
Maybe they thought Raveners don't need this keyword because it is simply too powerful to have this many tunnel markers.
Nah, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that.
John doesn't want that.
I am manifesting it.
Yeah, I guess.
So we'll see how that goes, but I think that there's a lot of sneaky potential here. This also gives Tyranids by far the best way to maneuver all of their units around, because Tyranid maneuverability is very limited this edition. Tyranids, you're used to being a very fast, sneaky army. They're only fast and sneaky with the right keyword in one detachment. Right. If you're not playing Vanguard, Tyranids aren't actually a particularly mobile army right now. Mm-hmm. And so this gives mobility to anything, which I think is going to really unlock a lot of datasheets that previously I had some trouble with. One of my big gripes with Norns is that sometimes you go second, you get shot before you're on your objective, and you're just like a guy.
Yeah.
And then you just die.
Not only does it give you a lot more flexibility in where your stuff can be on the table, and that movement wins games is one of our sayings. It also buffs your damage. For a tricksy up and down detachment, reroll once to hit, and the sustained hits ignores cover strat, and +1 strength on your Trigons, taking them up to strength 11. These are all really good things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with you get a good Trigon Prime, you get probably one good Zone Throat brick, and then reroll ones to hit just generally help with the reliability of the army. Something that I'm actually really excited for is the Screamer Killer Carnifex. Mm-hmm. The Screamer Killer Carnifex did just get a little bit cheaper earlier today. Yeah. And I've played with the Screamer Killers in the past, and I was like, oh wow, this is a cool data sheet that doesn't work because my opponent doesn't walk straight into it, and he moves 8. And he's very big. Yeah. So moving him around terrain, he's just too slow. He just didn't do anything. So I cut them from my list, but I was like, man, the data sheet was fine. It just couldn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
It can get somewhere. And it can get there with reroll charges.
That's true.
You could just take one Trigon or one Moloch, drop it down, put 1, 2, 3 Screamer Killers around, and say, yeah, they're just all going to reroll charges and go.
I love that they've been able to take a really cool, unique theme that is a little niche within Tyranids as a faction, and then run with it. This is actually a very good set of rules that synergizes around a specific type of unit, but doesn't make your army kind of hamstrung and sucky.
So I'm really excited to get this on the table, try out all these new rules with Tyranids. I love that they have taken Tyranids and given a new dimension to them. I'm not yet sure where the power level of this detachment lands. This might be a very good detachment. My instinct is that it is going to be quite good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be better than the best Tyranid detachments like Vanguard, Synaptic Nexus, or Invasion Fleet, but it's going to play very differently, and it's going to enable different data sheets. Yeah. Something that I really, really like. You can even do some neat tricks, something that Nick is going to absolutely hate, like 6-inch deep striking gargoyles before you fire and fade them. You just can't keep me off your objectives anymore.
Maybe I will become a Tyranid player.
It's always possible. So I'm really excited. We're going to be getting some games in with this real soon, I bet.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think of this new detachment in the comment section. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Also, definitely subscribe to the channel. Not only does it help us keep growing and producing this kind of content, but it's also going to notify you every single time we produce a video. And there's a lot coming out today. We got the Balanced Data Slate, the Minute 1 Field Manual, 2 other detachments to review, and a game. So don't go anywhere, folks. And if you want more content, check out the warroom.bhx.tv in the link below. That'll get you a 3-day free trial of all of our wonderful content.
All right. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.